Welcome to Launceston College Radio 87.8. I'm Cooper Williams at the mic. We got Alistair and Maya joining me in the studio and Brady at the desk. Guys, welcome to the show.
Yeah, ready for a good time with no ads, no interruptions, and more good times. So, what's on the show today, Cooper?
Coming up today, we talk about some events going on in Victoria, and we talk about Deadpool, split
Deadpool
here.
and Solo.
Deadpool and Solo film. And Chewie's in the studio. Yeah, we'll probably
back.
Yeah, and then talking about, what we're all like behind the wheel, just as something different today. But first up, here's the weather. It's currently 7 degrees outside, meant to get to a top of 15 today. A little bit of sunshine before 12, then nothing but clouds. Then over the weekend, you've got 14 and sunny tomorrow, and 17 and cloudy on Sunday. So might be a good day.
Yeah. Well, what are you guys doing for the weekend?
Going to school on the weekend. I think you're the same, Alistair.
Yeah, Sunday. Production rehearsals. That's gonna be
getting
fun.
it underway. Hope to get into the theatre soon. Woo!
Woo.
Yeah, how's the production going? You guys, is it starting to get pretty hectic?
Kind of.
Now that we're getting into Sunday rehearsals, things are really amping up, and I think anyone who's been hanging around F Block lately or the hall will hear the music, and I think are getting really hyped for the show.
So you guys doing every Sunday now? Rehearsals till production?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
What's going on your end? You doing anything this weekend?
I've got my debating finals.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's been leading up for, 7 or 8 weeks now.
What's the topic?
You don't find out until you actually arrive.
Damn.
And then you just got to think on the fly.
So who's the final against? LC versus...
So they do all the northern schools. So it's Scotch, Grammar, LC, Newstead, a couple others. And yeah, they all come together and you have to verse each team. It's the Parliamentary Shield. And then winner goes on, I think. So yeah, should be fun.
Oh, good luck. But first up, before we waltz into the rest of the show, let's walk like an Egyptian. Here's Walk Like an Egyptian.
Welcome back to Launceston College Radio 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. I'm here with Myron and Alistair. Guys, what are we talking about now?
We're talking about the Victorian government saying that things like Thomas the Tank Engine and Winnie the Pooh and Noddy being removed from schools.
It's not so much the Victorian government, it's just a couple of local councils. So Sky News reported with the very catchy title, Popular Kids Books Face Ban Over Use of Boy and Girl. So they go on to say that all popular children's books could be banned from Victoria's public schools and libraries unless they meet the requirements of a gender test. So they're conducting audits to see, if the people want to ban the terms, because they want to teach youth about gender equitable relationships. And some of the titles that they're saying could be, in the face of this ban and just disappear are Thomas the Tank Engine and Winnie the Pooh. So just thoughts on that, guys?
Well, I grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine and...
And you still
Winnie the
do.
Pooh. And I still do, honestly. So, getting rid of them is just, such a massive deal for, especially for our generations and a bit of the generation before us, because it's, a massive part of their childhood.
But, what about Thomas says, we're going to make you think that, there's only so many genders, or this is going to make you want to be a gender? What about Thomas says that?
I don't know, honestly.
I mean, I totally agree with gender equality and just creating a more open-minded society, but there is a point where it can become too much, and I feel like this might be it. I mean, Winnie the Pooh and Thomas the Tank Engine, to be fair, trains in the real world don't actually have a gender. They don't reproduce and make more trains. It's usually a factory that does that. But I don't know. I think Winnie the Pooh, especially, I don't really care about Thomas that much. Sorry, Alistair. But Winnie the Pooh, I'd like him to stay.
Well, one of the reasons they're saying that, they should change this is because, take Winnie the Pooh as our example. That only has one female character, which is Kanga the kangaroo.
Wait, what about, what's the little pig? What's the pig?
Piglet is a boy.
Is it a boy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I should have known that. Piglet's a boy?
I'm sad that you don't know that, Cooper.
Piglet's a...
I just
Piglet's a
realised
boy.
Oh, okay.
Kanga's the only girl. Oh, wow.
Wait, how do you know Piglet's a boy?
Because I know a lot about Winnie the Pooh.
Oh. Have you seen the new Christopher Robin?
No, but I'm going to over the weekend.
Well, no, is it out yet? I've just seen the
Yeah.
trailer.
Okay, guys,
I
I
thought it
think we're
looks really
getting
cool.
There
off
was two.
topic.
There was actually two Christopher Robin movies. One that came
Yes.
out last year, and there's one coming out this year.
So there's Goodbye Christopher Robin and then Christopher Robin. One of them looks really dark because I had no idea that Winnie Pooh was written as like a coping mechanism from someone who survived the war, which is what the trailer showed. And it looked really dark, but I mean, like there was this scene where there was these bodies and there were flies hanging around. He had a flashback from the war, but what he drew was instead bees in Winnie the Pooh, and it was crazy. But then
Yeah,
that kind of contrasts to the Christopher Robin trailer, where that one line where Ewan McGregor's there and he's like, "Oh, there's cracks, Pooh." He's like, cracks, a few wrinkles maybe. I just was like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I'm keen to see both. But any other thoughts on just the whole gender thing with these banning of books in schools and libraries?
I personally don't think they should do that.
Do you think it's a censor of freedom of speech for these authors?
Yeah, kind of. Because, like, the authors put their hearts and souls into these books, and just one government taking them away is a bit extreme, honestly.
Well, here's a shocker. Everything that we've just talked about is because of a big misconception. A lot of the major news outlets in Australia jumped onto this story about the councils and turned it into they're banning these books. And SBS News has come and set us right and said that, and the Melbourne City Council has even done this, have said that they're not going to ban any books. It's just more about, and I quote, "Our libraries aim to promote diversity, not censor books. So this is about putting more gender-neutral things in schools rather than taking gendered stuff out."
Okay.
But isn't it crazy how, the media has just grabbed onto this one aspect of the story and just created a whole new story out of it?
That's what a lot of the media does. I don't want to use the term, but fake news.
Ooh, fake news, really big. But let's do something lighthearted. Why don't we have a song, Ali back?
Yeah, so we have got The Rose from Betty Walker. Betty Milder, I mean. That song was actually by Betty Milder. Not
Yes,
Betty Walker.
Alistair. Nailed it second time round.
Yeah.
You're still listening to LCFM on 87.8 with no ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. But first, it's story time. Cooper, tell us about your endeavours with Brady for a little competition for tickets to Han Solo.
Good times with story times. Okay, well, here's how it worked. Brady told me first off that Guff in town, the game shop, we're running a competition where you had to build a Han Solo minifig. We touched on this on our last show. And the fastest time to build the minifig would win tickets to the premiere of the Han Solo film. So the options were pair with instructions, pair without instructions, individual with instructions, or individual without. So Brady and I opted for the pair with instructions, and we won. We got...
Woo, well done, guys.
Our first time was about 26 minutes, which Maya made us feel terrible about. But then we rectified it and got 13:40, something like that, so it was good. So we ended up winning the tickets yesterday. I get a call at 11 o'clock to come pick the tickets up.
Not yesterday, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, yeah, that's Friday. It's finally Friday. Yeah, it was Wednesday because so I was under the idea that the premiere was on a Sunday and it was at midnight. So I was like, oh, that's okay. I could probably go to that. But I get a call at Wednesday saying, yep, you just won the tickets. Come pick them up. The premiere's tonight at midnight. I look at the tickets. The show finishes at 2:30 a.m. on a Wednesday on a school night. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't think I can go to that. Brady wasn't sure. He had his ticket. Then he decided, yeah, I'm going to go. I'll go. So he had his ticket to go, and I just had a spare ticket, and I wasn't going. So I thought I'd give it away. So I offered it to you, Maya. And
yeah, it would have been a great idea. It would have been great to go to a premiere, but it's also, I like sleep.
Exactly. So we hatched a plan to kind of make it an agreeable solution.
Yeah, but I think the main motive is we wanted to set Brady up on a date.
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
that he had the other ticket.
That we did.
That sits right next to our spare ticket.
Yeah, so the two tickets were right next to each other. So I couldn't go. Brady says he's going. I offer you the ticket. You say, yeah, maybe, but I like sleep. Who could we give the ticket to?
Not Alistair. Alistair.
It needs to be someone Brady
needs
could
to
really
sleep.
connect with.
Yeah.
I needed sleep.
But it had to be someone Brady could connect with. So
Yeah, and also really like Star Wars.
exactly. And we happen to know one person, our media teacher, Chris.
Who really likes
Star Wars. So we swung by his office after school. I said, I got the spare ticket. We can't go. Would you like to go? The only thing I didn't say was that he would be sitting next to Brady from 12 p.m. till 2:30 a.m.
And as much as that would have been funny, that's not actually what ended up happening.
No, Brady didn't end up going.
Ended up selling his ticket to
For $8.
Yeah, it's for $8
Come on,
to
Brady.
another student.
Not even a good price.
So I'm sure there's another story where this student that Brady sold his ticket to had to sit next to Chris
Yeah.
all night, and
I bet Chris was wearing his Wookiee mask though, so I don't think they doing Wookiee impersonations all throughout.
oh, so if he was wearing a Wookiee mask for the entire movie, imagine like this student comes and sits next to this guy who's tall, wearing a Wookiee mask. Imagine how strange that would have been.
I think Chris wouldn't have said anything. He just would have turned and be like, sorry, that was an appalling Wookiee impersonation.
But do we reckon the film would have been good?
Yeah, well, no, we still have to see it because that's what we're all about. We love good films. I'm
Talking
not
about
sure.
good films, there's Deadpool 2 that's out.
Yeah.
And has anybody seen it?
So we haven't seen Solo, any of us. Deadpool 2, Alistair and I haven't seen yet, but Maya, you've seen it, and we would love to hear your thoughts.
It's even better than the first one, but I'm not going to go all spoilers yet.
Okay,
Because,
okay.
give a little more time, let you boys catch up. Because
Yeah.
Cooper here hasn't even seen Deadpool 1.
Nah, I'm really behind.
Dude, I can lend you the DVD.
But
thank you.
but with
you
that,
just got to
I-
go see it with your media teacher, Chris.
you don't
You
really
sneaky
need to
it.
see the first film to understand the second one, so I think it's okay to go in blind.
Okay, that's cool. All right, Maya's advice: see Deadpool 2 no matter what.
Yeah, it's just another great flick.
Yep.
But let's wrap it up and have another 80s hit, much like, the Star Wars films. Here's Footloose. Everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody. Oh, welcome back. This is LCFM on 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, and nothing but good times. But now it's the driving times.
Yeah, this is not really good time. Out of the studio, we are not obliged to have good times. And that probably brings me to the point of my driving.
So just a quick survey. Who here has their license? So
Nope.
Cooper,
No.
I do, and Brady at the desk does.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Okay,
So-
two, that's fair.
so-
L2s is what I'm on. I can go for my Ps, but I won't get them.
Yeah, I'm on my L2s. I think Brady's on his L2s. And so, Alibug, why haven't you gone for your license?
First of all, I'm quite lazy.
Public safety.
No, so first of all, I'm quite lazy. Second of all, we've got two people in my family that were two of them were on their L's, but one of them are on their P's now, and then the other one is on their L's, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll wait until she's off her L's so I can go for my L's. And also, I didn't technically exist.
I'm so
Kind of.
confused. What is going now you don't exist? What are you talking about?
Okay, so when I was born,
Okay, we're going
something-
way back. This
Yeah,
is where it all
yeah,
began.
back in 2000.
when my troubles began.
my birth certificate was invalid because somebody signed the wrong place on the sheet. So I didn't technically exist.
That's
And-
kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go
So when I was trying to get my tax file number last year, I think it was, it said that my birth certificate was invalid. So we were just like, oh, okay, that's a bit strange. So we went and tried to fix it. And then we had to get a sheet and then sign it out and then stuff. And turns out that my birth certificate was actually valid in 2004. So we don't know what has happened, but yeah.
So, because of a technicality that you don't actually exist, you don't have a license. When did you get yours, Cooper? And why are you stuck on your L2s?
Oh, jeez, I'm terrible. Okay, L1, so the online test, took me 3 times to get it. Because I didn't actually learn the rules, I just memorized which ones to circle and click. That's probably not a good idea to
No.
be out on the road. Anyway, that happened. L2s took me ages, a couple of driving lessons. My driving instructors kind of scares me. I don't feel, yeah.
Oh, so you get lessons.
Yeah, I've had a couple, but yeah, she scares me. She doesn't make me feel confident in my driving ability. but neither did a statistic you shared with me this morning.
Oh yeah, this is real, by the way. People who make driving noises while they drive, so going ramp ramp, are more likely to be caught speeding.
Which is
Mine's more like...
Yeah, like any sort of like car noise that you make while driving is meant to increase the amount you're meant to speed, because your mind is now focusing on making these noises rather than driving.
That's
I
just-
actually do that.
That's just an interesting thing.
Yeah. And then I suppose when I went to go do like the online test to get my driver's license, I rocked up in a green bow tie and suspenders because I was in the middle of a school thing, and I ducked out for an hour to like go do my driver's test. And like Saxon, who's also here in the studio, was with me at the time. And then,
Well, you got to dress to impress. And
well, yeah.
wait,
and,
was
like,
that the online one or just the?
Yeah, that was the online one.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, which was
So-
pretty, and you know, and that added to the day because I ended up winning that competition.
Oh, good.
So, you know, woo. And then when I went for my L1s, got it first go, but I've been stuck on my L2s for months because my license was medically suspended.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, with all my blood stuff. Do either of you guys want to go for your P's soon?
Yeah, I want them as soon. Personally, yes, I want them as soon as possible for public safety. I probably shouldn't get them, but yeah, as soon as I could get them would be great.
Well, let's hope nobody crushes, because there up next is lawyers in love.
You just keep nailing it. And welcome back to Launceston College Radio 87.8. No ads, no interruptions, nothing but good times. I think this is about it for us on Finally Friday today. Huge thanks to Brady at the desk, Maya, Alistair joining me in the studio.
Yeah, if you want to catch us more, we've got all the past shows up on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook. We post all the time to let you know what's going on in LC, around town, and in here.
Yeah, we are desperate for some likes, get the station further promoted. So just help us out, guys. It'd be great.
Yeah, so get ready to love your weekend. This is Kiss for the last time today. I was made for loving you, baby.